I read this morning from the Gospel of Matthew in the 11th chapter. To what can I compare this generation? They're like children sitting in the marketplace and calling out to the others and saying, we played the flute for you and you did not dance. We sang a dirge, you did not mourn. For John came neither eating or drinking, and they say he was a demon. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say he is a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. Wisdom is proved right by her actions. And Jesus said, I praise you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you have hidden these things from the wise and the learned, revealed them to little children. Yes, Father, for this was your good pleasure. All things have been committed to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father. No one knows the Father except the Son, and to those whom the Son chooses to reveal. Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened. I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. I am gentle, humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. The word from the Lord in the house of the Lord. Paul's letter to the Romans strikes so close to hearts, doesn't it? Oh boy, what I don't want to do, I do, and what I really want to do, I never get done. We cleaned, over Father's Day weekend, we had a cleaning crew. We had some of our kids came, and they deep cleaned, and they crawled up on the pot shelves. And if you have pot shelves in your house, how many things do you have on the pot shelves that ought to be taken down every 4 months and dusted and aren't? Boy, was that a task. But I didn't want to do it. But we had people who could get up and down and do. And we need to take advantage of those people who come into our lives who can do, help us do, lead us to the things that we really ought to do, not just the things we like to do. Oh, I like 3 meals a day. I don't need 3 meals a day. The world doesn't eat 3 meals a day. If they have one solid meal, for many people in this world, that's a luxury. And we have food to throw away. If you don't believe me, go smell the food pantry storage shed with, 18 cases of bananas? So I don't want to do the things I shouldn't do, and I do them anyway, and I have no reason to be angry at the world because I've been blessed over and over and over. And yet I can get angry at such tiny things, such little things that go wrong in my life, and I don't control my anger about those things as well as I ought to. Notice I didn't confess to not controlling them at all. I'm not a hopeless failure. Just careless. What I want to do, I can't get done. Lord, give me strength. At least give me a hint, Lord, of what I ought to be doing. Because I got all this time on my hands. I got nothing to do. And I can't go anywhere and do anything. So help me, Lord. Help me. Isn't that our prayer today? Isn't that our prayer during this last 3 months, going on another month? Help us, Lord, to be kind to each other. Usually we say, get together with people and make them feel good. And now we're saying, stay away from them. Make them feel good. Or let them feel good. Jesus said, I'm kind, I'm gentle. Why is it you don't come rushing to me? I'm here. I'm all you need. I have everything that anyone ever needed. and you can't find me. But that would be easy. Some of us are using the quarantine as an excuse to not do things we don't want to do. I'm not a great cook, and my wife will tell you that pretty regular. And we struggle with the little things. Oh, I can remember days when if I just had an hour that I could do nothing, it would be such a perfect day. Now I have nothing, and I have hours to do it in. And some days I don't even get it done then. I'm reading more. Found a new book. I'll talk about it after I complete it twice. I found Gunsmoke and Wagon Train, and which leads in to the scheduled nap time, which oftentimes runs into the ad lib nap time that comes later in the afternoon. And then we get ready to eat again. Boy, do we live an interesting life. And we got 300 channels that don't have much on them. And yet we have nothing to do. I have a library full of books, most of which I've read, but some of which I haven't touched. But that would take sitting down and giving back to God the time that He's given me to do, that I might get better at doing what He wants me to do. Oh, but that'd be too easy. Then I'd have nothing to complain about. Our psalm this morning said, How long, O Lord, must I be this miserable? Only you know, Lord. And the loving God who gives us the time we have hopes that we'll use it well. He doesn't direct us. He'll nudge us, He'll poke us, He'll push us. But He won't drive us. He won't make us do it. If we only had a schedule, we'd get a lot of things done. Oh, but I just had a schedule before quarantine. I didn't get anything done then either. So I was busier doing nothing then than I am not doing anything now. So, what the heck? Isn't it amazing that He says very clearly, I am in my Father, and my Father is in me, and I tell you who I want to know about the love of my Father. And you look at what's going on around us, and you realize there are a lot of people who do not understand the love of God. Because God does not direct us to hurt people. God does not drive us to be unkind. God calls us to keep our distance, to wear our mask until this mess is over. And then He will say again, Come. Come to me, you who are heavy laden. I will give you peace. Because that's the greatest gift He has for any one of us, is to know His peace. Oh, I do that which I don't want to do. I plan on doing all that's good, and those plans go away. But when I do things I shouldn't do, or I can do that without even planning. I can mess up all by myself. No plans needed. But He's given me 3 months now. How many more months, I don't know. But He's given me time to be quiet with Him, to understand discipline from Him. And it's my fault if I don't take advantage of the time that He has given me in my life. A break where usually I would be up to my ears, or up even deeper because I'm not very tall, in the projects and the goings on and so forth. I don't think it was his idea for a coronavirus. Oh, maybe it was. But how we react, how we give back to those around us, that's what he wants to see. He wants us to be disciplined in our love for him. He wants us to be totally disciplined in our love for each other. Last week, Erna talked about hospitality. And hospitality isn't always open the door and welcome your neighbors. In this situation, hospitality is not opening your door and not welcoming your neighbors, but it's caring for them, praying for them, understanding that there are people who we can be kind to. The food pantry and every other ministry we have is designed to let people see Christ. And he said, if you see me, you have seen the Father. And I will stand before the Father for you when the time comes. I don't want to do the things I shouldn't do, but I do. I want to do everything I ought to do, and I don't get them all done. So busy. So busy. And we waste the days that are given to us. Pray. Think. Call a friend. Nancy calls her sister every day. She's in a facility in Illinois. And since then, she's also started calling a lot of other people who have been in our lives and aren't now. Do that. Love them. Because he loves you. Love them. He loves you. Plan your idleness, that you might do that which he would have you do. Most of all, love one another. Stay safe. Love Jesus. Be kind. Go in peace.